Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to the end of Henry VI, Part 1. I am Pemberton. This is Part 4, and the Lion of England comes to bay. In the doomed English camp, old Lord Talbot begs his young son John to ride away and live, and the boy, for honour, refuses to leave his father's side. They fight, and they die together, and a hollow truce is patched over their graves. The maid Joan, whose hour is now past, calls on her familiar fiends one last time, and they desert her. She is taken prisoner by Richard, Duke of York. Meanwhile the Earl of Suffolk captures a beautiful French princess, Margaret of Anjou, and is so smitten that, being married already, he resolves to win her for the king. Joan, defiant and disowned even by her own shepherd father, is condemned to the stake. And a weary peace is bought with France, sealed by royal marriage that Suffolk has engineered for his own ends. Let us finish it.
Talbot enters with John Talbot, his son, in the English camp near Bordeaux. "O young John Talbot, I sent for you so I could teach you the strategies of war, and so Talbot's name might live again in you when dry old age and weak, useless limbs should bring your father down into his declining chair. But O cruel and ill-omened stars, now you have come to a feast of death, a terrible danger that cannot be avoided. So, dear boy, mount my fastest horse, and I will tell you how to escape by sudden flight. Come, do not waste time. Go. Is my name Talbot? Am I your son? And should I run away? Oh, if you love my mother, do not dishonor her honorable name by making me seem a bastard and a slave. The world will say he was not Talbot's blood, the one who shamefully fled while noble Talbot stood his ground. Run, so you may avenge my death if I am killed. A man who runs like that will never come back again. We both stay, we are both certain to die. Then let me stay, father, and you run. Your loss would be great, so you should take care of yourself. My worth is unknown, so no known loss would come from me. The French can boast very little over my death, but over yours they will boast greatly. In you all our hopes are lost. Flight cannot stain the honor you have already won, but it will stain mine, because I have done no brave deed yet. Everyone will swear that you withdrew for advantage, but if I bend and give way, they will say it was from fear. There is no hope that I will ever stand firm if in my first hour I shrink back and run. Here on my knee I beg for death rather than life preserved with disgrace. Must all your mother's hopes lie buried in one tomb? Yes, rather than shame my mother's womb. By my blessing, I command you to go. I will go to fight, but not to flee the enemy. Part of your father may be saved in you. No part of him would remain except shame in me. You have never had renown, and so you cannot lose it. Yes, I can lose your renowned name. Shall flight abuse it? Your father's command will clear you from that stain. You cannot testify for me once you are killed. If death is so certain, then let us both run. And leave my followers here to fight and die? My old age has never been stained with such shame. And should my youth be guilty of such blame, I can no more be separated from your side than you can divide yourself in two. Stay, go, do whatever you will, I will do the same. I will not live if my father dies. Then here I take my leave of you, fair son, born to end your life this afternoon. Come, side by side, together let us live and die, and soul with soul fly from France to heaven." They exit. Alarms sound on the battlefield. Soldiers rush in and out. John Talbot is surrounded, and Talbot rescues him. St. George in victory. Fight, soldiers, fight. The regent has broken his word with Talbot and left us to the fury of France and its sword. Where's John Talbot? Stop and catch your breath. I gave you life once, and now I have rescued you from death. Oh, twice my father, twice I am your son. The life you first gave me was lost and finished, until, with your warlike sword, in spite of fate, you gave my appointed time a new date. When your sword struck fire from the Dauphin's crest, it warmed your father's heart with proud desire for bold-faced victory. Then heavy old age, stirred up by youthful spirit and warlike rage, beat down Alençon, Orleans, and Burgundy, and rescued you from the pride of Gallia. The angry bastard Orleans, who drew blood from you, my boy, and took the first honor of your first fight, I soon met in combat. As we traded blows, I quickly shed some of his bastard blood, and in contempt I spoke to him like this: I spill your tainted, base, misbegotten blood, mean and very poor, in payment for that pure blood of mine which you forced from Talbot, my brave boy. Then, just as I meant to destroy the bastard, strong rescue came in. Speak, you who are your father's care. Are you not tired, John? How do you fare? Will you still leave the battle, boy, and run now that you have been sealed as the son of chivalry? Run, so you can avenge my death when I am dead. The help of one man gives me little support. Oh, I know well it is too much folly to risk all our lives in one small boat. If I do not die today from French rage, tomorrow I will die from great old age. They gain nothing by me if I stay. It only shortens my life by one day. But in you your mother dies, our family name dies, my death's revenge dies, your youth dies, and England's fame dies. All these and more we risk if you stay. All these are saved if you will run away. The sword of Orleans has not hurt me, but these words of yours draw lifeblood from my heart. Before young Talbot flees from old Talbot for that advantage, bought with such shame, to save a miserable life and murder bright fame, may the coward horse that carries me fall and die, and make me like the peasant boys of France, a target of shame, scorn, and a victim of misfortune. Truly, by all the glory you have won, if I run I am not Talbot's son. So speak no more of flight, it is useless. If I am son to Talbot, I will die at Talbot's foot. Then follow your desperate father of Crete, you Icarus. Your life is precious to me. If you will fight, fight by your father's side, and having proved yourself worthy of praise, let us die in pride. They exit. Alarms sound. Fighting breaks out across another part of the field. Old Talbot enters, led by a servant. Where is my other life? My own life is gone. Oh, where is young Talbot? Where is brave John? Triumphant death, stained with captivity, young Talbot's courage makes me smile at you. When he saw me falter and fall to my knee, he brandished his bloody sword over me, and like a hungry lion began fierce acts of rage and harsh impatience. But when my angry guardian stood alone beside me, watching over my ruin, though no one was attacking him, dizzy fury and great rage of heart suddenly drove him from my side into the crowded battle of the French. In that sea of blood my boy drowned his soaring spirit, and there my Icarus, my blossom, died in the height of his pride. Oh, my dear lord, look, your son is being carried here. Soldiers enter with the body of young Talbot. You mocking death, who laughs us here to scorn, very soon, in spite of your insulting tyranny, two Talbots bound together forever, will fly through the yielding sky and escape mortality despite you. Oh, you whose wounds make ugly death look honorable, speak to your father before you give up your breath. Defy death by speaking, whether he wants you to or not. Imagine him a Frenchman and your enemy. Poor boy, I think he smiles as if to say that if death had been French, then death would have died today. Come, come, lay him in his father's arms. My spirit can no longer bear these injuries. Soldiers, farewell. I have what I wanted. Now my old arms are young John Talbot's grave. Talbot dies. Charles, a Lincoln, Burgundy bastard, La Pucelle, and their forces enter. If York and Somerset had brought rescue, this would have been a bloody day for us. How Talbot's young whelp, raging mad, blooded his small sword in Frenchman's blood. I met him once, and I said to him, you maiden, like youth, be defeated by a maid. But with proud, majestic scorn he answered, young Talbot was not born to be the plunder of a worthless wench. Then he rushed into the heart of the French, leaving me proudly behind as an opponent unworthy of his fight. Without doubt he would have become a noble knight. See where he lies, coffined in the arms of the bloodiest nurse of all his harms. Cut them to pieces. Hack apart the bones of the man whose life was England's glory and Gallia's wonder. Oh no, stop. We fled from him while he lived. Let us not wrong him now that he is dead. Sir William Lucy enters with a French herald. Herald, lead me to the Dauphin's tent, so I may learn who has won the glory of the day. What humble message have you been sent with? Submission, Dauphin? That is only a French word. We English warriors do not know what it means. I come to learn what prisoners you have taken, and to look over the bodies of the dead. You ask about prisoners? Hell is our prison. But tell me whom you seek. Where is the great outsides of the field, valiant Lord Talbot, Earl of Shrewsbury, created for his rare success in arms, great Earl of Washford, Waterford, and Valence, Lord Talbot of Goodrich and Urchinfield, Lord Strange of Blackmere, Lord Verd, and of Alton, Lord Cromwell of Wingfield, Lord Furnival of Sheffield, the 3 times victorious Lord of Falconbridge, Knight of the Noble Order of St. George, worthy St. Michael, and the Golden Fleece, great Marshal to Henry VI in all his wars within the realm of France. Here is a foolish grand title indeed. The Turk, who has 52 kingdoms, does not write out so tedious a style as this. The man you magnify with all these titles lies here at our feet, stinking and covered with flies. Is Talbot slain, the Frenchman's only scourge, your kingdom's terror and black nemesis? Oh, I wish my eyes were turned into bullets, so that in my rage I might shoot them into your faces. Oh, if only I could call these dead men back to life! That would be enough to terrify the realm of France. If only his picture were left among you here, it would amaze the proudest of you all. Give me their bodies, so I may carry them away, and bury them as their worth deserves. I think this upstart is old Talbot's ghost, he speaks with such a proud, commanding spirit. For God's sake, let him have them. If we keep them here, they will only stink and rot the air. Go, take their bodies away. I will carry them away. But from their ashes a phoenix shall rise that will make all France afraid. As long as we are rid of them, do with them what you like. And now to Paris in this conquering mood. All will be ours now bloody Talbot is slain. They all exit. A ceremonial flourish sounds in the palace at London. King Henry, Gloucester, and Exeter enter. Have you read the letters from the Pope, the Emperor, and the Earl of Armagnac? I have, my lord, and this is their purpose. They humbly ask your excellence to conclude a godly peace between the kingdoms of England and France. How does your grace feel about their proposal? I like it well, my good lord, as the only way to stop the shedding of Christian blood and establish peace on every side. Yes, truly, uncle, for I have always thought it was both impious and unnatural that such cruelty and bloody strife should rule among people who profess one faith. Besides, my lord, to bring this about sooner and bind this bond of friendship more securely, the Earl of Armagnac, who is closely connected to Charles and is a man of great authority in France, offers your grace his only daughter in marriage, with a large and splendid dowry. Marriage, uncle? Alas, I am young in years, and study and my books suit me better than wanton dalliance with a beloved woman. Still, call the ambassadors in, and as you think best, let each of them receive his answer. I shall be well content with any choice that tends toward God's glory and my country's welfare. Winchester enters in a cardinal's robes, with a legate and 2 ambassadors. What, has my Lord of Winchester been installed and called to the rank of cardinal? Then I see that what Henry V once prophesied will come true. If he ever becomes a cardinal, he will make his cap equal with the crown. My lords ambassadors, your several requests have been considered and debated. Your purpose is both good and reasonable, and therefore we are firmly resolved to draw up the terms of a friendly peace, which we intend my Lord of Winchester to carry at once to France. And as for the offer from my lord your master, I have fully informed his highness. Since he approves of the lady's virtuous qualities, her beauty, and the value of her dowry, he intends that she shall be England's queen. As proof and pledge of this contract, carry her this jewel, a token of my affection. And so, my lord protector, see that they are escorted and safely brought to Dover. Once they are put aboard ship, commit them to the fortune of the sea. All exit except Winchester and the legate. Stay, my lord legate. First you shall receive the sum of money I promised would be delivered to his holiness for clothing me in these solemn ornaments. I will wait upon your lordship's convenience. Now Winchester will not submit, I believe, or be inferior to the proudest peer. Humphrey of Gloucester, you shall clearly see that neither in birth nor in authority will the bishop be overborne by you. I will either make you stoop and bend your knee, or tear this country apart with mutiny. They exit. In France, on the plains in Anjou, Charles, Burgundy, Alençon, Bastard, Regnier, La Pucelle, and their forces enter. This news, my lords, may cheer our drooping spirits. It is said that the sturdy Parisians are revolting and turning back again to the warlike French. Then march to Paris, royal Charles of France, and do not hold your forces back in delay. Peace be among them if they turn to us, otherwise let ruin battle against their palaces. A scout enters. Success to our valiant general, and happiness to his allies. What news do our scouts send? Please speak. The English army, which had been divided into 2 parts, is now joined into one, and means to give you battle immediately. The warning is somewhat too sudden, sirs, but we will prepare for them at once. I trust the ghost of Talbot is not there. Now that he is gone, my lord, you need not fear. Of all low passions, fear is the most cursed. Command the conquest, Charles, it shall be yours. Let Henry rage and all the world complain. Then onward, my lords, and may France be fortunate. They exit. Alarms sound. Soldiers rush in and out in battle. La Pucelle enters. The regent is winning, and the French are running away. Now help me, you magical spells and charms, and you chosen spirits who warn me and give me signs of things to come. You swift helpers, who serve under the mighty monarch of the north, appear and help me in this undertaking. Thunder sounds. Fiends enter. Your speed in appearing so quickly proves your usual diligence toward me. Now my familiar spirits, drawn from the powerful regions beneath the earth, help me just this once, so France may win the field. They walk about and do not speak. Oh, do not hold me in silence for so long. Where I used to feed you with my blood, I will cut off one of my limbs and give it to you as a pledge of a greater payment, if you will agree to help me now. They hang their heads. Is there no hope of help? My body shall pay the reward, if you will grant my request. They shake their heads. Can neither my body nor a sacrifice of blood persuade you to give me the help you usually give? Then take my soul, my body, my soul, and all before England defeats the French. They leave. Look, they abandon me. Now the time has come when France must lower her high-plumed crest and let her head fall into England's lap. My old enchantments are too weak, and hell is too strong for me to struggle against. Now France, your glory sinks down into the dust. La Pucelle exits. Fighting continues. Burgundy and York fight hand to hand. The French run away. La Pucelle is captured. Maid of France, I think I have you secure. Now release your spirits with your magic spells, and see if they can win your freedom. A fine prize fit for the devil's favor. Look how the ugly witch bends her brows, as if, like Circe, she would change my shape. You could not be changed into a worse shape than you already have. Oh, Charles the Dauphin is a handsome man, no shape but as can please your delicate eye. May a plague of mischief fall on Charles and on you, and may both of you be suddenly attacked by bloody hands while you sleep in your beds. Savage cursing hag enchantress, hold your tongue. Please let me curse for a while. Curse, unbeliever, when you come to the stake. They exit. Alarms sound. Suffolk enters, holding Margaret by the hand. Whatever you are my prisoner. He gazes at her. O most beautiful lady, do not fear me or run away. I will touch you only with reverent hands. I kiss these fingers as a pledge of lasting peace, and lay them gently on your tender side. Who are you? Tell me, so that I may honor you. My name is Margaret, daughter to a king, the King of Naples, whoever you may be. I am an earl, and I am called Suffolk. Do not be offended, miracle of nature. It is your fate to be taken by me. So the swan protects her downy young, keeping them prisoners beneath her wings. Yet if this captive treatment offends you at all, go and be free again as Suffolk's friend. She starts to leave. Oh, stay! I have no power to let her go. My hand would free her, but my heart says no. As the sun plays on glassy streams, making another twinkling reflected beam, so this splendid beauty appears to my eyes. I would gladly woo her, yet I dare not speak. I will call for pen and ink and write my thoughts. Shame on you, de love Pole, do not weaken yourself. Have you no tongue? Is she not here? Will you be frightened by the sight of a woman? Yes, beauty's royal majesty has such power that it confuses the tongue and makes the senses stumble. Tell me, Earl of Suffolk, if that is your name, what ransom must I pay before I may go? For I see that I am your prisoner. How can you know she will deny your request before you try to win her love? Why do you not speak? What ransom must I pay? She is beautiful, and therefore must be wooed. She is a woman, and therefore may be won. Will you accept a ransom, yes or no? Foolish man, remember that you have a wife. Then how can Margaret be your lover? I had better leave him, for he will not listen. There everything is spoiled. There lies the thing that cools my desire. He speaks wildly. Surely the man is mad. And yet a dispensation might be obtained. And yet I wish you would answer me. I will win this lady Margaret. For whom? Why, for my king. Nonsense, that is a wooden, lifeless matter. He talks of wood. He must be some carpenter. Yet in that way my desire may be satisfied, and peace established between these kingdoms. But there is still a difficulty thereto, for though her father is the King of Naples, Duke of Anjou and Maine, he is poor, and our nobility will scorn the match. Listen, Captain, are you not free to speak? It shall be so, no matter how much they despise it. Henry is young, and will quickly agree. Madame, I have a secret to reveal. Even though I am captive, he seems to be a knight, and will not dishonor me in any way. Lady, please listen to what I say. Perhaps I shall be rescued by the French, and then I will not need to beg his courtesy. Sweet madam, hear me in this matter. Nonsense, women have been taken captive before now. Lady, why do you speak like that? I beg your pardon, it is only tit for tat. Tell me, gentle princess, would you not think your captivity fortunate if it made you a queen? To be a queen in bondage is more shameful than to be a slave in low servitude, for princes should be free. And so you shall be, if happy England's royal king is free. Why, what does his freedom have to do with me? I will take it upon myself to make you Henry's queen, to put a golden scepter in your hand and set a precious crown upon your head, if you will agree to be my... What? His love. I am unworthy to be Henry's wife. No, gentle madam, I am the one unworthy to woo so fair a lady to be his wife, and to have no share in the choice myself. What do you say, madam? Are you content with this? If my father is pleased, I am content. Then call our captains and our banners forward. Madam, at your father's castle walls we will request to parley, to confer with him. A parley is sounded. Regnier appears on the walls. Look, Regnier, look, your daughter is a prisoner. To whom? To me. Suffolk, what remedy is there? I am a soldier, and not suited to weeping or crying out against fortune's changeableness. Yes, my lord, there is remedy enough. Consent, and for your honor give consent. Your daughter shall be married to my king, whom I have worked hard to woo and win for her, and this light imprisonment she has endured has gained your daughter a princely freedom. Does Suffolk speak as he truly thinks? Fair Margaret knows that Suffolk does not flatter, deceive, or pretend. On your princely assurance, I will come down to give you an answer to your just demand. Regnier exits from the walls. And I will wait here for your coming. Trumpets sound. Regnier enters below. Welcome, brave Earl, into our territories. Command in Anjou whatever your honor pleases. Thanks, Regnier, fortunate father of so sweet a child, fit to be made companion to a king. What answer does your grace give to my suit? Since you are willing to woo her little worth to become the princely bride of such a lord, then on condition that I may peacefully enjoy what is mine, the country of Maine and Anjou, free from oppression or the blow of war, my daughter shall be Henry's, if he pleases. That is her ransom. I release her, and I will undertake to see that your grace enjoys those two counties well and peacefully. And I, in Henry's royal name as deputy to that gracious king, give you her hand as a sign of pledged faith. Regnier of France, I give you kingly thanks, because this bargain is being made on behalf of a king. And yet, I think I could be well content to act as my own lawyer in this case. I will go over to England with this news and arrange for this marriage to be solemnized. So farewell, Regnier. Keep this diamond safe in golden palaces, as she deserves. I embrace you as I would embrace the Christian prince, King Henry, if he were here. Farewell, my lord. Good wishes, praise, and prayers shall Suffolk always have for Margaret. She starts to go. Farewell, sweet madam. But listen, Margaret, no princely greeting for my king. Give him such greetings as become a maiden, a virgin, and his servant. Words sweetly chosen and modestly directed. But, madam, I must trouble you again. No loving token for his majesty? Yes, my good lord, I send the king a pure, unstained heart, never yet touched by love. And this as well. He kisses her. That is for yourself. I will not be so bold as to send such foolish tokens to a king. Regnier and Margaret exit. Oh, if only you were for me! But Suffolk, stop. You must not wander into that labyrinth. There minotaurs and ugly treasons lie hidden. Persuade Henry with wonderful praise of her. Think carefully about her virtues, which rise above all others, and her natural graces, which put art to shame. Repeat their likeness often while you are at sea, so that when you come to kneel at Henry's feet, you may rob him of his senses with amazement. Suffolk exits. York, Warwick, and others enter. York orders the condemned sorceress brought out to be burned. La Pucelle is brought in under guard, along with a shepherd. Ah, Joan, this breaks your father's heart completely. I have searched through every country, far and near, and now, when at last I have found you, must I watch you die this cruel, untimely death. Ah, Joan, sweet daughter Joan, I will die with you. War, knout miser, low-born wretch. I come from nobler blood than yours. You are neither my father nor my friend. No, no, my lords, if it please you, that is not true. I fathered her, the whole parish knows it. Her mother is still alive and can testify that Joan was the first child of my unmarried youth. Shameless woman, will you deny your own parentage? This shows what kind of life she has led, wicked and vile, and her death is fit for it. Shame on you, Joan, for being so stubborn. God knows you are a piece of my own flesh, and for your sake I have shed many tears. Do not deny me, I beg you, gentle Joan. Get away from me, peasant. You have bribed this man on purpose to hide my noble birth. It is true I gave a noble to the priest on the morning I married her mother. Kneel down and take my blessing, good girl. Will you not bend? Then cursed be the hour when you were born. I wish the milk your mother gave you at her breast had been poisoned with ratsbane for your sake. Or when you were keeping my lambs in the field, I wish some ravenous wolf had eaten you. Do you deny your father, cursed slut? Oh, burn her, burn her. Hanging is too good for her. The shepherd exits. Take her away. She has lived too long already, filling the world with vicious qualities. First let me tell you whom you have condemned. Not someone born from a shepherd boy, but one descended from the line of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above by the inspiration of heavenly grace to perform extraordinary miracles on earth. I never dealt with wicked spirits. But you polluted with your lusts, stained with the innocent blood of guiltless people, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices, because you lack the grace that others have, immediately judge it impossible to achieve wonders except by the help of devils. No, you misunderstand me. Joan of Arc has been a virgin from earliest childhood, chaste and pure even in thought. Her maiden blood, so cruelly poured out, will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven. Yes, yes. Away with her to execution. And listen, sirs, because she is a maid, do not spare the firewood. Make sure there is enough. Put barrels of pitch around the fatal stake, so her torment may be shortened. Will nothing move your unrelenting hearts? Then, Joan, reveal your weakness, the one that by law should be your privilege. I am pregnant, you bloody murderers. Do not murder the child within my womb, though you drag me to a violent death. Now heaven forbid. The holy maid is pregnant. The greatest miracle you ever performed. Has all your strict purity come to this? She and the Dauphin have been playing tricks together. I suspected what excuse she would turn to. Well, come on, we will not let bastards live, especially since Charles must be the father. You are mistaken. My child is not his. It was Alan Ion who possessed my love. Alan Ion, that notorious schemer? It shall die even if it had 1,000 lives. Oh, let me speak. I have misled you. It was neither Charles nor the Duke I named, but Riognier, King of Naples, who prevailed with me. A married man? That is most intolerable. Well, here is a girl. I think she hardly knows. There were so many whom she should accuse. That is a sign she has been generous and free with herself. And yet, for all that, she claims to be a pure virgin. Whore, your own words condemn both your child and you. Do not plead, it is useless. Then lead me away, and I leave my curse with you. May the glorious sun never shine its beams on any country where you live. May darkness and the gloomy shadow of death surround you, until misery and despair drive you to break your necks or hang yourselves. La Pucelle exits under guard. Break into pieces and burn to ashes, you foul, accursed servant of hell. The Bishop of Winchester enters as cardinal, attended. Lord Regent, I greet your excellence with letters of commission from the king. Know this, my lords. The states of Christendom, moved by pity for these outrageous conflicts, have earnestly begged for a general peace between our nation and the ambitious French. Here nearby, the Dauphin and his company are approaching to confer about the matter. Is all our labor coming to this? After the slaughter of so many peers, so many captains, gentlemen, and soldiers, who have fallen in this quarrel and given their bodies for their country's good, shall we at last make a weak and womanish peace? Have we not lost most of all the towns our great ancestors conquered, through treason, falsehood, and betrayal? O Warwick, Warwick, with grief I foresee the complete loss of the whole realm of France. Be patient, York. If we make peace, it shall be on such strict and severe terms that the French will gain little by it. Charles, Alan Ion, Bastard, Riognier, and others enter. Since, lords of England, it is agreed that a peaceful truce shall be proclaimed in France, we have come to learn from you what the conditions of this treaty must be. Speak, Winchester, for burning anger chokes the hollow passage of my poisoned voice at the sight of these deadly enemies of ours. Charles, and the rest, it is decided as follows. Since King Henry, out of pure compassion and mercy, consents to ease your country from distressing war and allow you to breathe in fruitful peace, you shall become true subjects to his crown. And Charles, on condition that you swear to pay him tribute and submit yourself, you shall be placed as viceroy under him and still enjoy the dignity of a king. Must he then become only the shadow of himself, wear a coronet on his temples, and yet in substance and authority keep only the privileges of a private man? This offer is absurd and unreasonable. It is already known that I possess more than half the territories of Gaul, and there I am honored as their lawful king. Shall I, for the profit of the unconquered rest, take so much away from that royal right as to be called only viceroy of the whole? No, Lord Ambassador. I would rather keep what I have than, by coveting more, be thrown away from any chance of all. Arrogant Charles! Have you used secret means and intercession to obtain a treaty, and now that the matter comes to settlement, do you stand apart and haggle over comparisons? Either accept the title you usurp as a benefit coming from our king, not from any claim of your own merit, or we will punish you with endless wars. My lord, you do not act wisely by stubbornly quarreling with the course of this agreement. If this chance is once neglected, 10 to 1 we will not find another like it. To tell the truth, it is your policy to save your subjects from the massacres and ruthless slaughters that are seen every day while we continue in hostility. So accept this compact of truce, even if you break it whenever it pleases you. What do you say, Charles? Shall our conditions stand? It shall, provided only that you claim no interest in any of our garrison towns. Then swear allegiance to his majesty, as you are a knight, never to disobey or rebel against the crown of England. Neither you nor your nobles shall rebel against the crown of England. Charles and the rest give tokens of fealty. So now dismiss your army when you please. Hang up your banners, let your drums be silent, for here we begin a solemn peace. They all exit. Suffolk enters, deep in discussion with the King, Gloucester, and Exeter. Noble Earl, your wonderfully rare description of beautiful Margaret has amazed me. Her virtues, made even more graceful by her outward gifts, have planted a steady passion of love in my heart. Just as the force of a violent storm can drive the strongest ship against the tide, so I am driven by the breath of her reputation either to be wrecked, or to reach the place where I may enjoy her love. Come, my good lord, that surface story was only the preface to her worthy praise. If I had skill enough to describe the chief perfections of that lovely lady, they would fill a book of tempting lines, powerful enough to captivate even the dullest mind. And more than that, though she is so excellent and so completely filled with every chosen delight, she has such humble modesty of spirit that she is content to be under your command. By command, I mean only the command of virtuous and honorable intentions, to love and honor Henry as her lord. Henry will never presume to mean anything else. Therefore, my Lord Protector, give your consent that Margaret may be England's royal queen. If I did, I would be giving consent only to flatter sin. You know, my lord, that your highness is betrothed to another lady of rank. How can we set aside that contract without staining your honor with disgrace? As a ruler sets aside unlawful oaths, or as a man who, during a tournament, has vowed to test his strength, yet leaves the lists because his opponent is too much for him. A poor earl's daughter is too unequal a match, and so that promise may be broken without offense. Why, what is Margaret more than that, I ask you? Her father is no better than an earl, though he excels in glorious titles. Yes, my lord, her father is a king, the King of Naples and Jerusalem. And he has such great authority in France that his alliance will secure our peace and keep the Frenchmen obedient. The Earl of Armagnac can do the same, because he is a close kinsman to Charles. Besides, his wealth guarantees a generous dowry, while Regnier is more likely to receive than to give. A dowry, my lords? Do not disgrace your king by making him seem so low, mean, and poor that he must choose for wealth instead of perfect love. Henry is able to enrich his queen. He does not need to seek a queen to make him rich. Worthless peasants bargain for wives that way, like market men bargaining for oxen, sheep, or horses. Marriage is a matter of more value than to be handled by negotiation through agents. Not the woman we choose, but the woman his grace loves, must be the companion of his marriage bed. Therefore, lords, since he loves her most, that reason above all the rest should persuade us that she ought to be preferred. What is a forced marriage but a hell, a lifetime of discord and continual strife? The opposite brings happiness, and becomes a model of heavenly peace. Whom should we match with Henry, who is a king, except Margaret, who is daughter to a king? Her unequalled beauty, joined with her birth, proves her fit for no one but a king. Her brave courage and fearless spirit, greater than is commonly seen in women, will answer our hopes for the offspring of a king. For Henry, son of a conqueror, is likely to father more conquerors, if he is joined in love with a lady of such high resolve as fair Margaret. Then yield, my lords, and agree with me here that Margaret shall be queen, and no one but she. Whether this comes from the power of your report, my noble lord of Suffolk, or because my tender youth has never yet been touched by any passion of burning love, I cannot tell. But of this I am sure, I feel such sharp conflict in my heart, such fierce alarms of both hope and fear, that I am made sick by the labor of my thoughts. Therefore take ship, hurry, my lord, to France. Agree to any terms, and bring it about that Lady Margaret will graciously consent to cross the seas to England and be crowned King Henry's faithful and anointed queen. For your expenses and sufficient costs, collect 1/10 from the people. Go, I say, for until you return I remain troubled by 1,000 cares. And you, good uncle, put away all offence. If you judge me by what you once were, not by what you are now, I know that will excuse the sudden carrying out of my will. Now lead me somewhere away from company, where I may turn over and brood upon my grief. King Henry exits. Yes, grief, I fear, both at the beginning and the end. Gloucester and Exeter exit. So Suffolk has prevailed, and now he goes, like young Paris once went to Greece, hoping to find the same success in love, but to prosper better than the Trojan did. Margaret shall now be queen and rule the king, but I will rule both her, the king, and the realm. Suffolk exits.
And there the first part of King Henry VI ends, not in triumph, but in loss and cold calculation. The lion Talbot and his brave son lie dead, betrayed by faction. Joan is burned. The conquests of Henry V are crumbling away, and over the wreck the smooth Earl of Suffolk has arranged a marriage that he means to use to rule a too trusting king through a foreign queen. The red rose and the white have been plucked, the great soldier is gone, and every prop of the old order is rotting at once. This is Shakespeare laying the first stone of a tragedy that will run on through 2 more plays to Bosworth Field. Thank you for sitting with the whole of Henry VI, Part 1. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.